This is the before, and now this is the after. So why am I showing you these things? Well, obviously I got a haircut, sort of. This is another way that I save money. I cut my own hair. I really do. Let's see. I'll be 66 next month. So it will be about 45 years that I've been cutting my own hair, because I know where I was living when I started, and I moved in there when I was about 20, and I started cutting my hair there. And how I used to cut my hair was with scissor and comb. These are barber shears and a comb, and I would kind of lift up a little bit of hair and hold it, and then snip it off, and then lift up some more, and then snip it off. It took forever to cut my hair. And I should mention that I shouldn't say how I learned how to cut my own hair. The story is my dad was a barber, and I figured if he could cut hair, at least cut my own, I could learn how to cut my own hair. Because my dad wasn't, let's face it, he wasn't the brightest bulb in the chandelier. He was not an evil man or anything like that, but he never even graduated from high school, but he ran his own business. He owned his own barbershop, and we always had toys at Christmas. There was always food on the table. He knew how to run a business. But I figured if he could cut hair, why can't I? It just with this and this, it took a long time. So what eventually happened was I eventually got my dad's clippers. These are the old ones. Let me show you. I don't use these anymore. I used to use this, but I decided it's getting too old, and it still works. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to wear it out. But let me show you why. Hold on a second. I got to plug it in. Okay. Can you hear that? That's running real slow. And if I set that down and wait a while, 3 or 4 minutes later, it'll start running normally at normal speed. These are the good ones. These are his newest ones. And they're the same setup, motor with brushes, but this one, instant on, right? If you've ever had your hair cut at a barber shop, speaking of which, anyways, if you ever had your hair cut at a barber shop, you'll know that sound, right? And I said, speaking of which, because I don't even know today, because it's been so long, I don't even know what it costs to get a haircut. When I was a kid, I know my dad charged $1.75 per haircut, because he used to get $2 if someone gave him a tip. And statute of limitations has run out. The way he would cheat on his taxes is every once in a while he wouldn't ring up a haircut, but he wanted to know how many haircuts he called it knocking off a haircut, so it wasn't on the books. He would have this register tape at the end of the day that would have all of the haircuts on it, and whenever he would knock off a haircut, he would move a quarter from one pocket of his barber's smock to the other. So by the end of the day, if he had 10 or 15 or 20 quarters in the other pocket, that's how many haircuts he knocked off. Again, the statute of limitations has run out, and my dad died in 1991 anyways, so I don't know if there's much of anything they could do. By the way, I don't cheat on my taxes. I'm very good about my taxes. Not that I could. Everything is automatic withholding these days. Anyways, getting back to these, people ask me, how do you cut the back? Because, how do you cut the back? Well, let me explain it to you. Imagine that where this is say this is my vanity, this counter here, and this is the mirror in my bathroom. Okay, I have a pole that I set up, and I can move it from side to side, and it's got a hook on it. And then I've got this, right? I've got a mirror. and I put this on the pole. And then I get in front of it, and with this, and of course I have both hands free, I can work on the back. I should show you all the way around. Check out that haircut. Not bad. No mistakes this time. No big chops. Like the last time I cut my hair, I had a big chop right here. Big white patch because I had gone too close and I literally cut the hair off right down to the scalp. But this time, no chops. I did a pretty good job. But anyways, I'll work on this side, cutting this side. And what I do is, imagine my mirror is set up there. I have my comb, right? And I'll pick up some hair, and then with the clippers running, I just go across the comb. Have I got it set up right? Yeah, there I go. And then I pick up some more hair, cut it off, pick up some more hair, cut it off. But I'm working, with both mirrors. And the way the clippers work is the more I pull away with the comb, the longer the hairs that's going to be in it after I get through cutting it. And then after I do the back, and I cut the back and the sides fairly close, then I'll do the front sides, and I'll do the top. And if I make a mistake, here's the trick. If you make a mistake, don't fix it. Just live with it. There was an African American friend of mine. He knew I cut my own hair. He decided, just like I did, if one person can do it, so can another. So he decided to cut his own hair, save some money. Next time I saw him, he was as bald as a cue ball, as bald as a bowling ball, because he made a mistake. And so he's going to fix that. Oops, well, it doesn't look right the same. So then he fixes it over here. Before you know it, he just gave up and cut all of his hair off because he just had so little of it anyways. That's the trick. If you make a mistake, you don't do anything. You just live with it. I mean, I do a big chop in the back. What am I going to do? Shave my head all the way around so I look like Kim Jong-un with his white sidewalls? So anyways, that's the thing. You don't try to fix anything. But it doesn't take that long with electric clippers. It doesn't take that long to cut the hair. And then try not to visualize this because you might damage your brain. But what I also do, because I don't like the hair getting in my clothing, because then it's like all day long I'm just, you itch all day long, right? I mean, if you've had your hair cut in a barbershop and they didn't secure the smock or whatever that cloth is around your neck well enough, and you got hair down under your shirt, you know what that's like. So, as I said, try not to visualize this. But what I do is I literally cut my hair without a stitch of clothing on. I mean, no one's going to see, right? And then as soon as I'm done, I just hop in the shower, and then from the top down, I just start washing to get rid of all of that hair all day long. I haven't had any itching at all. No problem as far as itching. So anyways, that's one of the things that I do to save money.